got a bit of another incoherent, updatey sort of Face Friday video, because it's not going to really contain too much. But I think it's probably best that I skim over some points of what's happening with YouTube and just share my opinion on some stuff. Now, I will go on record-ish saying that I wouldn't state this channel, gaming or otherwise, as a commentary channel. We don't really do commentaries. I don't really do commentaries. I have opinions on stuff because last year it was sort of like a big hype thing, and like a load of people were doing commentaries, and it was like the next sort of like the next Minecraft thing. Remember back in the day when Minecraft YouTubers were a big thing, and now not so much, and it's sort of the game's died out. That was what commentary channels were kind of last year. Sort of like you had the Leafy's Here's, you had the Pyrocynicals, you had the I'm Alex's, you had all of those. And they were big. It was good. But I didn't want to join that hype. One of the main reasons is because as fun and as beneficial as joining a hype train is, it doesn't appeal to me. We could probably do commentaries, but following a bandwagon in the past hasn't really benefited us or benefited me. So I thought that it was best to stay out of commentaries. Now, I guess you could sort of say that these Face Friday videos are sort of commentary based, but we're not going to sort of like jump on and do the whole BuzzFeed videos and feminazis and 87 different genders and versus dollar store gender and shit like that. Like, we're not going to do stuff like that because it's oversaturated. And honestly, I don't find it interesting. Like, it's like, and the amount of people that are doing BuzzFeed, you can only milk a cow before its udders get raw, you know? And BuzzFeed's got some raw udders. So I wouldn't say that we fall under a commentary bracket. Now, I will say that we have done podcasts, which is what looks as the end of last year's / this year's sort of big thing, which is podcasts. We're not really jumping on a bandwagon. We planned these before, sort of thing. We've done podcasts in the past. It's not really an overhyped bandwagon thing. It's just that commentary channels have all decided to start and do podcasts, which, talking about podcasts, if you're interested, me and Mac King, I nearly said his full name, I don't know if he wants that, me and Mac King put out a podcast the other day on the Nintendo Switch, and we also said that we would, it's a video podcast, by the way, it's sort of faces and that, even though the faces were really bad, the audio was anyway, we'll get better at them, but we did that, and it was on the Nintendo Switch after launch, sort of like based on playing with it from like Callum, because we played a bit of it. But that went up the other day, so I'll probably leave a link in the description to that. But yeah, we don't usually sort of do trends and that. But I will say that one thing that's come up recently is the whole child orientated stuff. Now, I know that this is an old feature, the restricted mode. This is an old feature back in 2015. But it's still a bit of speculation and rumours and that if you haven't heard, what basically it does and what basically is happening recently is it used to block channels that weren't kid friendly, so they would be like just kid based channels, so like sort of like the the Sky Does Minecrafts or the I don't know who else are kid friendly. I don't watch kid friendly channels. I'm a fucking adult. But there something must have gone wrong, or they're trying something out where it pushes it so that when you upload, you lose subs for most people. Now, our target demographic has changed for like recent-ish for some reason. I don't know why. Don't know why any of you watch our content, to be honest. But yeah, so that's a thing that affects you, because it might unsub you from our channel because we are not necessarily kid friendly. I think I heard that it was in brackets, so you got like the mature audiences, the teen audiences, and the kid audiences. Now, a lot of YouTube, I would say, is not a kid orientated. I don't know whether we're teen or mature. I would say that we're more teen, judging by our analytics. How does that affect us? Doesn't really. It doesn't really affect smaller YouTubers, really. It affects bigger YouTubers. And that's about it. It's just a big topic that's been going on. Another thing is... No, I'm not going to say about it. About this whole new commentary drama alert sponsoring Carvos or something. Let's just say that he's a bit pretentious. He's not entertaining. He's just... Basically, he was how Leafy is Here was to me at the beginning. Like, I first watched Leafy is Here and I thought, I'll watch a video now and again, but I'm not going to sub to him because it's a bit shit. Apart from the fact that I probably won't sub to this guy because he's very pretentious. And he kind of reminds me of a few people that I used to go to school with, because he's also British. So it might be a British thing. But commentaries aren't going to die out, but they've definitely lost a lot of popularity. Now, that popularity hasn't been regained in anything just yet. Like, gaming videos aren't sort of like boosting in popularity now or anything. Kid videos, YouTube want to try and boost in popularity, but they're still quite meh, aimed at kids and not everyone. But as we're sort of like in the third week, the third month even of the year, it's sort of everything sort of like died down a bit now. So we still need to sort of like see where things take us. Also, over the weekend there'll be the last episode of Divinity that we recorded, and from there on out we're going to start losing content a bit because we haven't recorded in quite a while because everyone is busy. Now, we haven't really worked on anything. Like, we haven't got any ideas up just yet. I do want to do more live sketches. But there's not really any sort of like main games out yet that we could play or record. I would like to do more multi-cam videos if we are to record them. There's probably not going to be anything with Kieran anytime soon because of the fact that his PC died and yeah, he's not been able to game. All waiting on that, which is a shame really, because this is a bit of a somber part of the video. But I only recently, as of Wednesday I think, found out something which kind of was a bit... Now, I know about sort of like YouTube back in 2010, 2011, sort of stuff like that. Like I'd watched a lot of YouTube back then. Sort of like I just started watching YouTube, but I knew about it and sort of like I was starting to watch a lot of it. Now, the one thing that stuck out to me when me and Kieran first started gaming is, well, at least when he started doing COD videos, is the music that he used in them. And he sort of like introduced me to E-double. Now, I don't know why nothing is picked up on this. Like, there's hardly any people have like made a video, like Drama Alert or Scarce didn't cover it. It was very sort of like nothing really showed up. Now, he wasn't a big musician, but he was definitely one of the defining ones in sort of YouTube. And he recently passed away as of like a month ago now. But I hadn't got anything on there. There was no articles that had like shown up. Complete just silence. So it's really weird how I found out it was on a live stream that I found out that he'd passed away, which is a shame because he used to make good music and that. His Freestyle Fridays were good. If you've ever seen a COD montage, you would likely have heard of something like Let Me O, which was quite sort of like a popular thing. But yeah, it's just sort of like a darker note to end the video on. Feeling like a bit of a shift in content. I do like doing gaming and I want to do a bit more of it now. But I do want to do live stuff. I'll keep doing these Face Friday videos. Like, if we don't have any content up, like Tuesdays, Thursdays, or the weekend, at least though I will try and do a Face Friday video. Anyway, if you haven't watched it, go watch the Wildlands video, because one view on that thing, I don't know whether that's something to do with the YouTube glitch or not, but I'll leave that in the description as well. So if you go and give that a watch, that'll be greatly appreciated. I might also link one of Kieran's old videos that had E-double's music in it, which is where I found it. And I think that's about it. Hope this goes up on time. If not, sorry about that. Kind of meh. Kind of feeling a bit irritated, a bit not as perky as I usually am. Anyway, I shall see you guys next Friday.
Please believe I know I'm gonna need to revise, but this life don't give retries, so I'm on it. And up at the break of dawn, working hard just to shake the yawns. Talk about it now, cause they keep pulling us down. They keep pulling us down, but I ain't stopping, cause all I see are green lights and